Hello, what's up guys, it's Kyle from KGR doing a review on the Figma Asuna ALO version from Sword Art Online 2. Now, I have some mixed feelings about this figure, not about the figure itself, it's just the way that it was launched. Like, we got Kirito and we got Leafa, you know. Honestly, I think those two characters have been launched, should have been launched first before Asuna. Asuna should have been launched last. This is a weird figure to start off for the ALO line, but whatever, it's still a fantastic figure, so let's get into the review. First up, her sculpt and paint job is absolutely beautiful. Like, she looks so much like the regular Asuna, which I'll be bringing up later when it comes to the comparison side of this review. However, it's not exactly the same. Like, the hair looks the same, but when you look, it's actually not the same. So I'm really happy that they didn't cheap out and just do a simple repaint, you know, like cheaper figure lines and stuff. But anyway, everything looks great. I don't really see any paint smudges. Like, you might be able to see a few things, like maybe sometimes a little bit of blue transfers on her arm. But other than that, that's mainly about it. Like it's just small details like that if you just had the figure up on your shelf, you're not going to notice a thing at all. Like Figma usually always does. When it comes to their anime characters, it's always on point. It's always beautiful. Except for Metal Gear Solid Snake. That one looked kind of awkward in a review that I saw. I don't want to mention that again. As always, Figma always, well, Max Factories always does a fantastic job painting and sculpting these figures. So overall, I'm really pleased. If you're familiar with Figmas, especially Figma Asuna, then you already know what to expect for articulation. Alright, so we got like a somewhat ball jointed head where it can go forwards, side to side, and pretty much act as a ball joint. And I'm sorry that my camera is not autofocusing, so I'll just try to bring it back. There we go. Alright, then we get universal shoulders, so they go outwards, forwards, and backwards. And I almost forgot the hair is also articulated, so that can be, it's also on a Figma joint, but it's mainly meant to go up and down. You can try and move it side to side if you want to, but you're not going to get too much movement there. But still, I love how they give you that. Unfortunately, Figma Lucina didn't have that, and that irritated the crap out of me, but whatever, let's keep going. Okay, then we get about 90 degrees at the elbow. I'm kind of disappointed with what little motion you get to have, but then again, she's not really too much of a sword character, even though she does have a sword. Like, for a Figma Kirito, I would want more movement, that's why I'm super excited for the new Figma Kirito to come out, because you got the better wrists and stuff, and hopefully we'll have a much better articulation at the elbow, because that I personally think is unacceptable. Because with Figma, they don't really have too much. Like, that's why I honestly prefer SH Figure Arts sometimes, because they have double jointed elbows. But I like how Figma try to make it more realistic. Like, our elbows are not going to be able to go back that far, like compared to double jointed elbows, but still, we can go much farther than this. I mean, come on, Figma, get your game together. And then we get the new and improved wrist ball hinge, I believe that's what it's called. So it can go side to side, and then it also spins. This is a much improved design, and I love how they always do that now. And I love the attention to detail, how it also gives her her wedding ring. So I absolutely love that. That's absolutely pretty. Okay, then we get a rocker at the mid-torso. Unfortunately, we don't get one down here. It looks like there would be one down there, but there isn't. Alright, and then, just like regular Figma Asuna, we can also move this part of her outfit. It's on Figma joints, so you can pose it however you want, but it's mainly meant to just mainly go out. But you can try your best to do whatever you want with it. Then we get universal legs, so you can go out so far, and go forwards and backwards. And luckily, her skirt is made of a super soft plastic, so the articulation isn't hindered all that much. It's mainly dependent on where you have these at, that'll hinder your movement. But again, luckily these things are movable, so that gets rid of that problem, which is something that I cannot thank Figma enough for. And it's something that SH Figure Arts really needs to get their game on. Because with Sasuke, it could have been a much better figure, but let's keep going. Okay, then we get the Figma joint at the knee, so you get about that much movement right there. It's kind of realistic, I guess. Again, SH Figure Arts usually does it better with double jointed stuff, but still realistic looking. And I love how it's not the ugly ones where they stick out way too much like Kirito. Like, ew. Like, even the new Kirito has that ugly joint. I thought that was going to be gone, but no, it isn't. But luckily, with characters that have small legs like this, they can do smaller joints like that, and it just makes me so much happier. And then, unfortunately, we don't get a boot cut, but I'm okay with that. And then we get, the ankle rocker thing, forward, side to side. Actually, the side to side movement is actually it's not here anymore. Huh, that's weird. Because you can only go forward and back this time. I'm not gonna lie, and you can also move it side to side if you want to. But still, it's kind of a little bit of a disappointment that you can't really do that anymore. But oh well. And I'm really happy we don't get any toe articulation, because now that she has heels, if those joints for some reason get loose, you will not have a fun time standing this figure up without the base, which luckily every figure comes with one now, and I'm really happy with that. And every Figma always comes with different accessories, so we're going to be going over the faces and the hands first, and then her special accessories. So along with her regular smiling face that you see right now, she also comes with a more determined face, which by the way looks like it belongs on Jak and Daxter, mainly because of the ears, but okay. And then a shouting face that makes her look slightly to the left. Alongside her fist, she also comes with open hands, and every left hand does come with a wedding band on it, which I love so much. And I know my hands look really freaking ugly, I'm sorry. She also comes with like 5 sword wielding hands. I guess one set has a smaller grip because she also does come with a wand instead of a sword. Well, she does come with a sword, but still, she has a wand. So I guess they gave us multiple holding things hands. At first I thought it was because it was at different angles or something, which again is not really all that necessary because of the way the new hand joints are like set up. But alright, here's one set that I have a hard time trying to keep in my hand because I have to tilt it and then gravity takes advantage of it and then just makes it fall. I know, gravity sucks. Ew, look at that hair on my hand. Yeah. And here's another set with her thumbs slightly more up, and it looks like there's like extra plastic around her fingers. At least that's what it looks like on the camera. So that looks a little bit off, but alright. And here's an even bigger gripping hand. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be for her sheath, maybe? Because why is it that big? And she also comes with a peace sign hand. I kind of wish it also came with a winking face so that it would look even more better. That's more of a Hatsune Miku type of deal thing. But still, if you're coming with a peace sign and you're coming from Japan, have a winking face, damn it. And now for her actual accessories, we have this sword in sheath. When I was doing the unboxing video, I thought this was a whole nother sword, but I knew the grips looked the same. However, if you actually take a look, it actually comes out. And for some reason, it doesn't really describe that in the instructions, which I don't understand why they do that. This is something that both SH Figuarts and Figma are doing, which I'm not going to lie, like, at first, when I saw it, I'm like, I don't like this all that much. But I honestly do prefer the way this looks, because if they went with a regular sword going into a scabbard, the scabbard itself would be a lot bigger, and that's the one thing I didn't like about the scabbards on the Figma characters. And this just slips right into her front right here, so there you go. And if you ever want to have her holding the sword, you just take this out, and it looks beautiful. And here's her sword outside of the sheath, and it looks absolutely immaculate. And here's her wand, and I'm pretty confident this does have an actual name, but I don't know it. And I know I could look it up, but I'm too lazy to. But here you go. It's a stick with a leaf on it. And she also comes with a set of wings, which is actually very universal. Like, if you have any Figma character, this just goes onto the stand. Like, it can be on any character. If you want Link to have wings, he can have wings if you want him to. Or even Lucina. Or if you want Figma Pit to have even more wings, there you go. Or you can put on any other Figma you want. I'm just listing off Nintendo ones because Nintendo ones are the best. Then there's a stand. Then the bag, and then the little tree thing that the little hands go on. Again, if you're familiar with Figma, you already know how to switch out the hands. It's very simple, actually. Here, you just pop it out. There you go, and you pop it back in. Here, this is something that I do want to take note on. Here, she has these little cuffs, alright? Here, regular Figma Asuna has those as well. But the way they're optimized on this figure is much better compared to the original figure. Because here, the little articulated part is actually, like, the ball itself is covering that so it doesn't fly off. While with the regular Figma Asuna, those things attach to the pegs that are attached to the hands, and it's very easy to lose them. Luckily, I didn't lose mine, so I'm super lucky about that. But still, I'm just really happy the way that it's designed for this figure. It just makes my job so much easier. And it sucks when I go to take photos and I forget to swap the hand parts, like these little cuffs. And oh man, that irritates the crap out of me. But anyway, you also want to take out this little peg. And then let's grab the sword, slide it into her hand. And it goes on very simply, no struggle, because Figma Kirito, like the original Kirito, had a hard time getting the swords in his hands. And same with Figma Asuna, like the base of her sword is so big and it ends up warping her hands way too much. But this one, they did it just right, it's beautiful. And setting up the wings onto the base is not hard at all. All you gotta do is simply start by attaching it to the base itself. It just goes into the hole, just like that. And then, what you want to do is you want to take these wings, put it under her hair. If you want, you can move the hair up so it makes your job a little bit easier to get access to the hole. And then put it under these 2 strands, and then plug it in, and you're good to go. The wings are also articulated. They have little swivels, so you don't get too much articulation, but still, the option's there, and you can put the hair back if you want to. These strands are not supposed to be caught, so luckily this plastic is super duper soft, but I wouldn't recommend playing with it too much because you may end up breaking it. But there you go, now you got a flying Asuna. And now to compare the two Asunas, as you can tell, they look very alike. Even the outfits almost look the same. But as you can tell, if I turn the hair around, you can actually see that the hair is actually quite different, and it looks absolutely beautiful. And overall, like, they look absolutely great together. So overall, what are my thoughts on this figure? It is a great figure, and it looks absolutely amazing, but I kind of think it was released a little bit early. I personally think they should release Kirito and Leafa first, so it kind of looks a little bit awkward in your collection, but still, it is a figure worth picking up. The only gripes I have about this figure are mainly nitpicks, like her not having a winking face, or too many holding things hands. But other than that, there's literally no flaws with this figure. This is an absolutely great figure. And that concludes my review for this figure, so if you're new and you like what you saw, then don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter, especially my Instagram if you like figures like this, because I just always post pictures of figures, so that's a perfect place for you. Also, the next figure I'm going to be doing an unboxing and review of is SH Figuarts Minato, and then after that, I'll be finally doing Kakashi, because a lot of you keep bugging me, where's Kakashi, and I'm finally getting that dilemma solved right now. So, Kakashi will be coming soon. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one.